lane, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C-notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. Found out the hacks, put it underneath the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts.
And that's facts though, I talk factos. Ask J Babe, I go Astro. Floating focused on my cash flow. We plant star seeds to make the grass grow. I'm a real floater, I do what I wanna. Stacking the winter, sunbathing the summer. My chakras aligning, I shock them like Blanco. Only Pope we acknowledge a nigga is Paulo.
At these events, I'm a god to my people. Got out the streets, yeah, we dodging a Rico. Game of roulette, I'm a casino. The game wasn't fair, yeah, the odds wasn't equal. Squad got the Chico, my squad got the Chico. Game in a drought, yeah, they starving the people. Blaming and doubt, make it harder to eat, yo. Not a placebo, this not a placebo.
The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Rebo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C-notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. Found out the hacks, put it underneath the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts.
Started in Richmond, art of my district. Heart of the mystics, started for biscuits. Father to Isfits, martyr to misfits. God is my witness, God on my hit list. Moving the weight, we started with fitness. Moving with states, we art of the richest. Give me the blues, my heart is in Memphis. It's part of adventure, started my venture. The F is for food, the A is for art. The C is for clothes, I'm playing my part. T is for check, I'm playing it smart. S is for shelter, I stay in the park. Acres or acres, get lost in the dark. We playing a part, we playing it smart. Facts, facts,
okay. The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Rebo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C-notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. Found out the hacks, put it underneath the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts.
It's a movie, it's a movie.
That's what's up. Lit. I'm talking about lit. That right there, family, is the facts video featuring Sauce God, the good brother THRSDAYS, Pope Pablo, and yours truly, Red Pillar, in the motherfucking building. Yeah, facts, the food, the art, the clothes. We're gonna bring them with those. And today's show, before I even begin, is sponsored by KTL University. Shout out to all of my KT aliens. In about 1 hour, we will be doing our workshop / class, Conscious Industry 2022, Holistic Entrepreneurship, featuring your good brother, Red Pillar. And we're providing solutions to grow your brand and your business assets. You dig? Link in the bio, or available on ktluniversity.com for anybody that wants to pull up in the building and be with us today. We're going to be chopping up game about businesses, a lot of psychology behind brands, brand awareness, the psychology behind the brands, the different tools that you could utilize to start your business, to get your business scaling, to get it popping, to get it going, to get it in front of people and whatnot. There's a lot of hacks. There's a lot of tricks to the trade. So I will be providing that today for all of my entrepreneurs out there, because I want to see y'all win. You know what I'm talking about? And y'all been asking for that. So thou shalt receive, thou shalt receive what you've been asking for. So we're going to be doing something, monumental. Yeah, so what's really good? Let's do the roll call and see who's in the building. Shout out to all of the family pulling up. YHM, you see I got your jump off. I got your piece on right there. Shout out to the young guard in the building, you know what I'm saying? It's very important for the OGs to support the young gods and the goddesses coming up. And, you know, don't be afraid to represent their brands and whatnot and let the world see that you support the youth. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's very important. I don't never want to hear no crazy shit about none of the youth that's tapped in with us, you know what I mean, backsliding or getting caught up in this madness that we see outside of our doors. We responsible for our future. So salute to you. Keep kicking out those classics. I got your bag over there. I'll be rocking the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I could do to represent. And that goes for all of the brands that I'm affiliated with. You know what I'm saying? Peace to all of y'all. Compton in the building. What's up, Compton? All right. PG County in the building. What's up, man? You know what I'm talking about? Massachusetts, Naptown, Milwaukee in the building. You know what I mean? Peace to Milwaukee. You feel me? And I know when it comes to businesses, the shit ain't that easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not a walk in the park. Nothing is really given to us. We got to kind of like get it out the mud and whatnot, but don't ever let that shit pull you down or hold you down or weigh you down. You feel me? Because nobody ever said that it was going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? But they did say that it was going to pay off in the long run. So take it from me personally. Consistency pays off. You know what I'm saying? Consistency pays off. Like, I've been very consistent. And there's been days when I thought I couldn't do it anymore. I felt like I was at the end of the road, out of gas. You know what I mean? I was out of gasoline. My battery couldn't charge. But lo and behold, you know, your spirit guides and the universe that's rooting to see you want to win, they're always going to push. They're always going to do something to make you aware that they're there for you. Bainbridge, shout out to Bainbridge, UK, Cape Town up in this thing. Shout out to Cape Town, all right? Peace to Cape Town. Queens, QC, NC, Charlotte. You know what I mean? Shout out to Charlotte. Spartansburg, Houston, Texas, I see you. It's really good. Spartansburg in the building. All right. Shout out to Spartansburg. You know what I'm saying? That's the first stop on the China bus where you can smoke. You know what I mean? Your little trees, you know, headed to New York. I know it's about Spartansburg. Yeah, big. Kansas City, Missouri. All right. Salute to Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. So yeah, we got the family in the building, man. Shout out to all of y'all. Peace to everybody. We ain't gonna be here for super long today. You know, I was like, let me tap in, you know what I'm saying, and see how everybody's doing. Let me tap in with the Third Eye Thursday audience, let y'all know that all is well, and do a little checkup on the family and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Chop up a little bit of game before we go ahead and do our thing and whatnot. We got class tonight. I've been studying. Oh, God damn, my brain hurts. You know what I'm saying? Tulsa in the building. Shout out to Tulsa, Richmond, Delaware, Charlotte, Vegas, Cali, San Jose, Louisiana in the building. I don't know if y'all are aware, but for the weekend of what they call Thanksgiving, we will be in the Carolinas, North Carolina to be exact. I sound a little bit distorted. Let me see. How does that sound? Do I sound better? Sound better? Is it less distorted now? Let me know. Talk black to me. What's really good? How about right now? How does that sound? I sound better? How's my vocals? Is that good? Too much bass? Talk. What? Where we at? What we doing? We good? Yeah, we good. There we go. Harlem. Harlem in the building. All right. Okay, you said you're pulling up to the Royal Chambers? That's beautiful. That's what's up. There's a little feedback. Yeah, I mean, I put some reverb on the microphone. You know what I'm saying? That was just me. I was doing some reggae shit earlier. So it's some reverb on the microphone. Don't let that bother you. You know what I mean? That's just me and my flatbush shit right now. Selector! You know what I mean? A little bit of reverb on it. You know what I'm saying? A little reverb. It's a little static. It's a little static. There's an aura of static on your end. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me tweak this sound a little bit. Y'all let me know because audio is important. I don't like no static and shit. So we gotta work that out. Let's see what's really good. Let me know. Let's work out the static. You know what I'm saying? Is that good? Is that clearer? When do we come back to Cali? I want to come back there right now to kick the motherfuckers out of office that was talking greasy. Let's talk about that. Right? I'm a little bit, the story's been out for a few days and whatnot. Story's been out for a few days dealing with the LA council member. I don't know her name particularly, but she was talking real greasy, got caught on a hot mic. You know what I mean? I'm talking about she was talking real greasy. She resigned, yeah, but still, let's deport her. You know what I mean? Fuck her with resignation. You know what I mean? Let's get her the fuck out of here. You know, we need to pull up to cribs, knock on doors, DoorDash her and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of gang stalking. You know, don't let her off that easy. What's a resignation? People just think that they can talk greasy and then quit their jobs. That's not enough. We need some payback. You know what I mean? But it wasn't just, it was the whole crew. It wasn't just her. It was just the whole crew, fam. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfucking gotta switch to your interface on a MacBook. You are speaking through your mic through your Mac. Yeah, Dad, you need to come help me with that, brother. I don't know how to do that. Let me click on sound preferences. I don't know how to do that. I won't even lie to y'all. I really don't know how to do that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me see something. Input, internal microphone. Check. Is that better? I just switched the microphone. Is that better? Check. Use the Rode instead of your system microphone. Okay, well, I just did that. I'm sure let's go to audio. Mic. Yeah, I got them both on Rode. You know what I'm saying? Better? Oh, shit. Somebody said they've been racist in the land. Yes, I agree. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn the mic off. We're gonna fix everything. We'll be back with the microphone, or whenever the next day is that y'all hear from me. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch the internal mic. Okay, I'm gonna turn this shit off because I don't like bad sound. Just can't, you know what I mean? We'll get back to all of the sound effects and the cute shit later and whatnot. But how does that sound? We better? I'm gonna go ahead and They used to be in Lancaster. Really? They used to be in Lancaster. The KKK is in Bakersfield. I would say this. There was when I went to LA a few months ago, right? I came back and I even did a video in the airport, right? Because I didn't want to forget anything that I was feeling and whatnot. So I was in the airport, leaving Los Angeles. I was in LAX, and I went live. I did a video and shit, and I spoke about my experience out there. But I also highlighted, some of the discrepancies that I saw whilst in LA. And, we could point out the racism because that's one thing. Like, I wouldn't even waste my time pointing out the racism. Whenever you go to a city that was founded by Africans or Afro-Latinos or Moors, and those people are not on top, we don't have nothing to talk about. Like Chicago was founded by a Moor. And when you go to Chicago, our people is not on top of the political arena and whatnot. Detroit, the same thing. California, right? Khalifa, the same thing. So these are places that have been basically taken over, and melanated people have become vassals in those states. You feel me? They don't have power, right? There's this false pretense of power, but they don't own the fucking skyscrapers. They don't own the majority of the real estate. They don't own, the brick and mortar businesses and whatnot. I'm talking about maybe the mom and pops, but they don't own that big shit, right? So when I see shit like that, I automatically assume, yeah, these people are running these quote unquote municipalities, or what they call in a nation state. They're running the nation. They're running the state, and the nation don't got no power, right? So when I was in the airport, I was like, yo, fuck all of the racism that exists. That's a no-brainer. It's the gang mentality though, right? Because everybody talks about LA culture, and y'all be bragging about gang culture. Like, that shit adds on to the quality of life, right? Y'all brag about gang culture like, oh no, that's just the gang culture. That's just the way things go down. Like, you niggas say that shit like that's a way of life that's acceptable. You say it like it's empowering. You say it like the gangs are on top of the power structure in that city, and y'all not realizing how goofy you sound, because the gangs is the reason why you niggas is kind of like in the toilets with no real power. You don't have a wholesale district. The Mexicans have it, right? You don't run the film industry. The Europeans and the small hats do. You don't run the real estate. You're not building. It's not like you're building shit on the side of the mountains and whatnot. You know what I mean? That's the contractors that don't look like you. So what is all of them guns and all of that brawn? What's all of that pressure? What's all of that doing except putting pressure on rappers to check in and eating and basically killing off a whole bunch of black messiahs? Because you niggas done killed off the most rappers ever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know I'm speaking about LA, right? The government didn't create the gangs. Let's not do that. I won't necessarily say that they created the gangs and whatnot, because when you go ahead and you do the research, they'll tell you who created the gangs and whatnot. I think that the government had played a big part in the crack cocaine distribution through Freeway Ricky Ross, who came on our show 3 times. He came on Blog Talk. You could go and Google it. He broke it down. We've had him as a guest 3 times. right? Yeah, infiltrated, of course. And I would go on record to say that, you know, they're, you know, niggas be bragging. They be like, yo, police is Bloods and Crips. I'm like, nigga, that's really nothing to brag about. Because it's like, from an outsider, I'm an outsider. I cannot speak on the politics of your city because I'm an outsider. I could only speak on it from how I see it from an outsider looking in, right? I don't know. You tell me. Like, if there's more to be fucking seen, you know, let me know. But from an outsider's vantage point, it appears as if the real unity, right? The real power, right, is when them gangs come together and when they take control of the political arenas and when they take control of the biggest industries that are in quote unquote Los Angeles, which is the quote unquote film industry, right, which is a offset of the art industry, and some other things, maybe apparel, because it's big in the apparel industry is big in Los Angeles, and the art industry is humongous, right? $1 trillion industry. So I'm looking around, I'm like, man, the reason why these Mexicans or these Spanish Latino politicians be acting like that is because when there's a lack of unity, right? When people know, it's a lack of unity that the whole world knows about. The whole world knows about gang culture, and the whole world knows that there's two groups of people who are in each other's way, right? The whole world knows that there's been an ongoing soft war between the Bloods and the Crip and other sets and whatnot, and they kind of set trip on each other. Right? Yeah, film and fashion, one of the two biggest industries. You have Japan, you have the Pacific Ocean right there and whatnot. So the access to the goods coming from China, y'all got first-hand dibs on all of that. You dig what I'm saying? The Asian population coming from China and Japan, very huge and whatnot. They dictate a lot of the fashion going down over there in California. South Central, black stores, 1950s, 10 minutes from downtown LA, 1969. They got strong in LA before crime. Yeah, we saw the documentary. We familiar with the history. Like, we're aware of all of that. We're talking about right now, though, 2022, the power dynamics, right? The power dynamics. You know, the simple fact that a lot of these immigrants and these other groups come around us and they don't feel no type of loyalty. They don't have no type of quote unquote I'm looking for the word. Like, they don't feel like they got to give it. They don't have to give up any type. They just come in to gain from us, right? And they use the gang warfare, or they use the disunity, because I'm just going to utilize a word to make it make sense. It's disunity, right? It's the fact that there are some powerful people in LA and they're utilizing our disunity. They're utilizing our quote unquote fact that they're like, yo, them niggas will never get back together. They'll never be strong. So we're just going to play against that, right? And we're going to talk greasy. The way that I saw them looking at our people when I was in LA, the way that I saw black men treating black women in LA was kind of disturbing to me. The way that I saw I walked through, we was in downtown LA, you know, they got that food mall and whatnot. What's the name of the food mall right there off of, is it off of Spring? It's right there in DTLA. I'm walking through there looking for healthy food. I couldn't find none. Looking for melanated vendors. I couldn't find none of them. I was with a sister. She was interviewing me by the name of Slauson Girl. Shout out to her. She goes to a Mexican vendor to get something to drink. She doesn't like what she bought after tasting it and whatnot. She's like, nah, this shit don't taste good. She goes back to them for a refund. They start acting like they don't speak no English. But when we was purchasing, it wasn't a problem and whatnot. It got to the point where the sister got so upset she turned over her cup on top of the counter. You know what I mean? She just had to show she was giving them the energy back that they was giving her. It's kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy, man. You know, it's crazy. You know, like I said, I don't live out there. You know, I don't live out there, so I'm not going to speak on all of the politics because I ain't from out there, right? But what I do know is it is a very special place, right? Surrounded by those mountains, those majestic mountains. It's a very special place. The people out there are beautiful, right? They got some very beautiful brothers and sisters that live out there. Salute to everybody that I came across. It was a lot of love. Like I didn't experience hate. I don't want to have anybody confused and whatnot. I wasn't experiencing hate when I was in LA, but I'm aware of my surroundings. You know what I mean? And I was, you know, I was picking up on shit that was going on in my circumference. You know, people got to be serious about unity, man. You know what I mean? As corny as that shit sounds to black men and women who like to be at odds with each other, you know, this ain't that time, bro. Motherfuckers is going out bad in the eyes of the world. Like, this is not that time, bro. A lot of shit needs to be settled, bro, because we are moving in a direction where that shit is not going to make it into 5D reality. It's not going to make it past the jump. You're not going to make it, you know? Henceforth, why we see so much suffering taking place. So many people are dying in hip hop and shit like that because that energy is dead, you know? The energy is dead. The LAPD is crooked. The politicians are crooked. The Black Caucus is crooked. Some people that are high in the rankings of these gangs, I'm sure that they in bed with the police, they crooked. You know, that's, you know what I mean? But the story that we saw that just broke about the LA councilwoman and the politicians when they were talking real greasy about black politicians or melanated politicians or African, that's a whole nother conversation. Motherfuckers getting that shit right. The blacks, they calling us the blacks. Like, motherfuckers gotta let go of some things, bro. You gotta let go of some things, man. You gotta let go of some things. And that status is one of those things. You see these books behind me? There's a lot of information inside of these books. People are holding on to, you know, these statuses that don't serve us because of your infatuation with this motherfucking word black. You know what I mean? People are so hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is wrong and strong, standing on that word and whatnot, and it don't serve you one bit. A nation state, that means there's a nation. We don't have a nation because we can't even identify what that nation is. And I'm sure y'all heard you heard the Moors beating that shit into your head. And you've also heard other people speaking on it. You know, the implications behind calling yourself a color and whatnot. but it ain't going nowhere. I get tired of hearing niggas talk about it, but it ain't going nowhere. It really isn't. And people are like, oh, you mean to tell me just calling ourselves black, that mean we, and then they'll get into all of these motherfucking red herrings and whatnot. And they'll start talking about all kind of shit that don't make sense. And I'm like, I don't even want to entertain it. You know what I mean? I'm not here for that. What I'm here for is for an intelligent group of people who are willing to sit at the table and come with some type of motherfucking solutions, because that shit that we moving with right now don't work for us. It does not work for us. It is a motherfucking trick. You're gonna wait for the white man to tell it to you, or the Nordic, or the Caucasoid, or whatever, the European. I don't even like calling them Europeans because that's not a good enough definition to describe them. The Irish, the German, or the Germanic tribes, the Franks. That's a better way of describing them. The Italians. That would be a better way of describing who these people are. But y'all need to wait. I guess you want them to say it before you understand what it is. I guess one of your, you need to hear them say it, because people they don't get it when we say it. They don't get it when we say it. But whatever, it's a trick, you know what I mean? It's a legalese trick. Etymology, very important. The words that we say, words cast spells, don't it? Words cast spells. So we have to be mindful of that. Real quick, I want to pull something up. I want to share the screen. I came across an old lecture of mine. I just want to pull it up. This is the conscious industry that I did a whole bunch of years ago. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Give me 1 minute. But yeah, shout out to all of the LA family. You know what I mean? It's all love. It's just an observation. I know people are very gung-ho about their city and whatnot. They stand up for their city. This is not an attack on your city. This is an observation. Your city has the potential to be great, bro. And sis, you have the potential to be fucking magnanimous. So take full advantage of that. I would definitely encourage you. Take your city back. You feel me? Take your city back. Politicians showed you how serious this shit is. People be talking crazy about our people. They don't give a fuck about it. So in about 30 minutes, I'm going to be doing a lecture entitled The Conscious Industry. This is the 2022 updated version right there, Holistic Entrepreneurship, right? This is going to be Holistic Entrepreneurship. But real briefly, I just wanted to share something. I did this right here in 2000. And I believe it was 19, right? Either 18 or 19 and whatnot. This is a PDF. This is a presentation that I did with a group of students, KT aliens, about the conscious industry, right? This is the conscious industry, and we were presenting information about the Facts Initiative, right? I identify personally as a social entrepreneur. That is something that I identify as. I am an entrepreneur who does social good in his community, right? One of the definitions for a social entrepreneur is the attempt to draw upon business techniques and private sector approaches to find solutions to social, cultural, and environmental problems. That is what we do, okay? So we speak about the environments and we speak about the social settings in those environments and whatnot. You dig? We were showing people how they could transition into the social entrepreneurship business model. One of the great things, I'm showing y'all this as well to show you that when we did this, right, we didn't have an implosion of entrepreneurs that were diving into health and wellness. The explosion of that came in 2020 with the lockdowns. And then after that, it came with the Jabberwocky. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where people begin to become social entrepreneurs and didn't even realize what it is. They didn't even know how to identify. They didn't even know what that was, but they actually became that. So people who are out there with the sea moss and the elderberry, people who are administering their own quote unquote elixirs and ways to heal people, yeah, you're a social entrepreneur, right? We spoke on this years before it happened because we saw it actually on the horizon, right? So people actually was able to quit their jobs because they found a purpose, right? People were actually able to dump the 9 to 5 and whatnot, or their quote unquote careers because they found purpose, right? And opportunity, resources, and people met purpose at the right time, and boom, they jumped into their businesses and whatnot. You feel me? Healthy communities, economic vitality, and natural environment. Everything met each other in 2020 during the quote unquote slowdown. Blockchain technology has revolutionized the world, as we can see, and it's still doing what it's supposed to do, right? We were touching on that all the way back then, giving people the walkthrough on what blockchain is, how it works. Shout out to everybody that took advantage of this information when it was early, and then you were able to make big moves and whatnot. You were able to make humongous strides. You got ahead of the curve and whatnot. There's a lot of people out here that's living a good life because they tapped into this information early in the game, because information is time sensitive. So you could get this information right now and it's still early in the game. But imagine if you received this in 2018. Imagine if you received this in 2019 and whatnot, before it became mainstream. You would have an advantage. Smart contracts. We broke that down and we walked the family through about the smart contracts, right? What's that? How does it work? What is it about? How can you use it to improve your business? How could you use it to improve your life? Okay. So we walked the family through it, and it is what it is. All right. We talked about apparel, drop shipping, fulfillment centers, right? The apparel industry is close to $1 trillion industry. This is a fulfillment center for Amazon. Beautiful sight to see, you know what I'm saying? But if you notice, everything is automated, right? It's a bunch of robots working, okay? Oh, see, this was 2017. So this was all the way back then, y'all. This was all the way back then. You know what I mean? Because I know my slides always deal with the year that I'm doing the information on. So this was back in 17. All right. So we was touching on the music industry. Yep, 2017. We was touching on the music industry. We was giving you the information about decentralization going all the way back then, the options that you could basically tap in. We were giving you the artists that we rock with, the God Hop artists, all right? Cambada, Twin Pillars, Cyrock, right? Gumroad was a place where you could sell digital products, right? Gumroad is still a place where you could sell digital products. Afrofuturism, we was tapping into the fantasy industry. Afrofuturism is a cultural aesthetic, a philosophy of science, a philosophy of history that explores the development intersection of African American diaspora culture with technology. It combines elements of science fiction, historical fiction, fantasy, Afrocentrism, and magic realism with non-Western cosmologies in order to critique the present-day dilemmas of Black people and to interrogate and re-examine historical events. So we gave you a breakdown of the father of Afrofuturism, who is Sun Ra. Shout out to Sun Ra, all right, and the orchestra, okay? He's one of the fathers of that Afro-surrealism, right? It could be seen in music, photography, film, the visual arts, and poetry. Notable practitioners of Afro-surrealism include Ted Jones, Bob Kaufman, Terrence Nance, Will Alexander, Samuel Delaney, Christopher Birch, India Sky Davis, and there's a few Cool Keith, right? So the show Atlanta, right? That will be considered Afrofuturism with Childish Gambino. What Kanye was doing with his with the move, he did a movie and whatnot. He did a short movie that was very heavily steeped in Afro-surrealism. Okay. Passive income streams, how to tap in, you know. So I'm just showing you that we've been working, y'all. I'm just showing you that we've been working. And today's presentation is going to be no different. We're going to be going deep diving. We're going to be dropping a lot of information for anybody that's out there that wants to get ahead of the curve. They want to take their business to the next level. Okay. Anybody that's really ready to tap in and make it happen. KTLUniversity.com. Get your last minute tickets. We'll be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is in 30 minutes tentatively. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes you got to just show the receipts, right? So we've been showing the receipts. We just giving y'all the receipts to let you know what we was doing in 2017, because some people have just caught on to what we're doing lately. They haven't really, or they forgot, you know what I mean? You know, memory is at all-time lows these days. So, you know, that's why I don't talk about everything, because I already talked about it years ago. You know, I don't like to repeat myself. I just tell people, check the motherfucking archives. You know what I mean? We stay ahead of the curve, and we're going to keep it that way. So even sometimes when y'all receiving information in these days and times, it's not really for today, it's for tomorrow. But if you know what to do with it, then you're going to benefit from it. This is all about knowing what to do and applying the information. My information doesn't grow legs until you apply it. Turn knowledge into wisdom, and you'll see the value and the worth in your brothers. You dig what I'm saying? Turn it into something, and you'll see our true value. Okay? So, you know, that's what we doing, man. You know, that's where we at with it. If there's any questions from the chat room, we'll be I'll respond to any questions that anybody has. And if not, we'll be parting ways, because I got to get ready for class. But I wanted to be responsible and do a show and keep y'all updated, and you know, just be on time. I've been doing Melanin Tuesdays and shit. The days have just been, you have no idea. Running this lounge is a lot, bro. I get home sometimes 2 a.m. You know what I mean? Like running this lounge every day. We're open every day except Monday. So that's been a lot on my shoulders. You know what I mean? I'm the head of marketing and some other things, so I got a lot of shit that I be doing. How's brother Bobby Hemmett? He's good. He's good. What's a good day to interview Marshall Allen and the Sun Ra House? I'm not sure. Maybe on Sunday. How can you contact with you to talk about graphic artwork? You can hit me on the email. You can hit us on the email. We do have graphic artists on our team and whatnot. Email right there is the Mark 125th. You see it scrolling, right? You see it scrolling. That's the Mark 125th at Gmail. Oh no, hold on, my bad. My bad. That's the website. Let me give you the email. Give me 1 second. Yeah, man. So yeah, everything is good though. Everything is good. Everything is good. Boom. So hit that Gmail up and we'll take care of you. Yeah, free Sue Surf, man. What the fuck? They done snatched Sue Surf up, man. I said we gotta protect Sue Surf, then they ran ahead and gave this nigga a RICO charge, man. Shit crazy, man. Free the wave, man. Free the wave, man. God damn. Could we start streaming Pope Pablo's on Sundays? I'll talk to him about that. You want to join the Stream Chasers? Come to class tonight. You know what I mean? This is actually sponsored by Stream Chasers. The conscious industry is going to be sponsored by the Stream Chasers. You know, tap in with us and be a part of that tonight. You feel me? Okay, that's on KTLUniversity.com. It will be on Zoom. It's going to be recorded and whatnot, and you'll be able to, you'll be able to replay it, and you'll be able to pause it. You'll be able to go because I'm giving out a lot of websites that you could go to and get this information. There's a lot of websites that you're going to have to visit afterwards to tap in because, all of the information is on the web. You know what I mean? All of the information is on the web. It's so much information on the web. It's so many websites that are allowing people to do. I'm talking about groundbreaking shit. You'd be so surprised, man. Like, we really got to start wasting our times on social media or on places where nothing is happening and you're not gaining no type of income or you're not gaining any type of knowledge. Like, take your motherfucking time back, take your brain, take your attention back, and put it places that's gonna benefit you or your children, or you and yours. You know what I mean? They got our people heavily distracted, and we paying for that shit, bro. We paying for it because we're lacking. We're lagging behind. We're lagging behind. What if I wanted to become a Moor? Where would I start? Shit, that's a good question, bro. That is a good question. If you wanted to become a Moor, I would say, me personally, I started studying the Moors in antiquity. I started to study the Moors in antiquity, and it brought me everywhere that I needed to go. I've never been. They gave us a card from the temple in 2020 But prior to that, I was locked in with Sister THRSDAYS, and I was locked in with the master teacher TH3RD. And, you know, they basically infused me with the type of information that had me confident in my Moorish identity. Nobody can give you your nationality. You're born with it. You know, a lot of the information that you're looking for is looking for you. You just got to find it, my brother. You know, and you'll be learning to the day you leave here. You'll never stop learning. This is an ongoing, you know, this shit is ongoing. It won't never stop. Are we expanding the royal chamber? Inshallah. You know what I mean? Inshallah, we will be expanding it to different states. You feel me? Definitely, indefinitely. You know what I mean? So with that being said, we are slowly coming upon the hour mark. Did y'all see 50 Cent still trolling his son Marquise? You know what I mean? Making videos about him and shit. That shit is sad to me. Shout out to all of the fathers that are in their children's lives. Shout out to all of the mothers that are in their children's lives. You know what I mean? Shout out to the parents that are out there. Y'all are very important. You know, y'all are very important, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody steer you wrong. Y'all are extremely important. So, with that being said, I am out of here. I'm gonna leave y'all with another one of the with the Facts Initiative. One more again. We're gonna ride out to that. You know what I mean? We are gonna ride out to that. All right. So thank y'all for being in the building with me. I'll see y'all on Melanin Monday.
It's a movie. Facts. 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 Facts.
Okay, the food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. Found out the hacks, put it underneath the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at.
Facts though, I talk factos. Ask J Babe, I go Astro. Floating focused on my cash flow. We plant star seeds to make the grass grow. I'm a refloater, I do what I wanna. Stacking the winter, sunbathing the summer. My chakras align and I shock them like Blanco. Only Pope we acknowledge a nigga is Paulo.
At these events, I'm a god to my people. Got out the streets, yeah, we dodging a Rico. Game of roulette. I'm a casino, the game wasn't fair, yeah, the odds wasn't equal. Squad got the Chico, my squad got the Chico. Came in a drought, yeah, they starving the people. Blaming and doubt, make it harder to eat, yo. Not a placebo, this not a placebo.
The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the grind, I'm stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. Found out the hacks, put it underneath the rap. Facts, facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts.
Started in Richmond, art of my district. Heart of the mystics, started for biscuits. Father to isfits, martyr to misfits. God is my witness, God on my hit list. Moving the weight, we started with fitness. Moving with states, we art of the richest. Give me the blues, my heart is in Memphis. It's part of adventure, started my venture. The F is for food, the A is for art. The C is for clothes, I'm playing my part. T is for check, I'm playing it smart. S is for shelter, I stay in the park. Acres on acres, get lost in the dark. We playing a part, we playing it smart. Facts, facts,
okay.
Yeah.
The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart.